ladies and gentlemen, I want to thank you all of you for letting me occupy this valuable 30 minutes of your life. Well, I promise less than 30 minutes, I just want to, if you let me use a word to describe my life here, I will use the word evolution. It's just like a new animal moved to a new land and adapt and evolved to a more complex form to suit herself with new surroundings. And there are a lot of skills that you gain from evolution. And I want to share some of the skills I gained during my evolution, so maybe you guys can use them in your college life. So the first skill I learned is commonness. So whenever you hear something that sounds not right, it's fine. So the first day I got to Fenwick, I still remember the day, it's August 27, I believe. And I was sitting with Elena, Kelsey, and Elena and Kelsey, and Jill Galligan. So it's very ridiculous because I actually meet Elena and Kelsey on the first day. But it actually took me like half a year to realize there were two people. It took me like half a year, so I always think, why I see Kelsey in the hallway, and then I see Kelsey again. There's another one. And I was sitting with Jill during lunch, and I asked Jill, I said, Jill, what do you like to do in your daily life? And Jill said, I like music, and I also like to hang out with my friends in the cafeteria. Nothing wrong with this answer, right? But at that time, very ridiculous, in Chinese textbook, we learned all those ridiculous, complex vocabulary, but we didn't learn how to communicate with people in daily life. So when Jill said, I like to hang out with my friends in the cafeteria. Hand, what does hand mean? It means you type something with a change. So when she said, I like to hang out with my friends in the cafeteria, she tried to jangle herself in the cafeteria. And she even wanted to do that with her friends. And most importantly, why cafeteria? So at that day, as soon as I got home, I ran to my host mom and said, Amy, something is wrong. Jill Galligan, my friend, she's trying to hang herself in the cafeteria. And when my host mother heard that, and she heard the whole story, and she figured that she finally understand what I'm saying, and she laughed so hard, and she can't even breathe, like she's really hitting herself in the wall. And then that's the first lesson I have ever learned in Fenwick. So when you guys go to a new place and you hear something that's not right, just calm down and figure it out. But most importantly, if you are not 100% sure whether others need help, you also offer some help, even you're not 100% sure, right? And the second skill I have ever learn how to communicate with other animals on a new land. Learn their way to say hi. So in our Chinese textbook, all we learn to say hello is how are you and how do you do. That's the only two forms. So when I got here and people say, hey, what's up, Cici? And Sherry and I heard that, what's up? So every time people ask me, what's up, Cici? I just raised my hand and looked up. There's nothing on the ceiling. So why people would just keep asking me, what's up? So it told me it's like having a year to figure out what that step means. So when you go to a new place, just remember, learn their way to say hi, because there's always more things outside of the textbook. And there are things I have never learned, and this is the most important thing, and nothing can compare with this. So junior year, I joined a psychology class with Mr. Wagner. Is he here today? So there is a night that I had so much homework, so I couldn't do all of them, and there was a reflection paper, so I decided to give it up because there were too many of them. So actually there were not that many. I just spent like a couple minutes watching the Flash as soon as I got home. Well, maybe half an hour, maybe 2 hours, I don't remember. But anyway, I didn't finish it. So in the morning I walked up to Mr. Ren and said, Excellent. I know that we have paper that we need to turn in today, but I didn't finish it. But you gotta understand, it's not my mother language, so can you give me like a few more days to just let me turn it in next week and still give me points on that? And Mr. Ronan said, it's okay, Cici, I understand that because this is not your mother language, and I appreciate your courage to join that. Such a great teacher he is, right? That did not happen. The reality is that he says, Cici, got this done tonight or you get 0. And I get it finished, and it's 600 words reflection, and only worth 5 points. Ridiculous. He said, get this done or you get 0. So I got that done and get half of my credit back. But that really marked a new beginning of my life here, because that in that moment I feel like that I was treated equally with everybody else. And after the assignment, I started to ask myself to really involve and participate life here like everybody else. So I started to, open myself, telling the truth in the retreat, and showing my weakness to people, although I don't really have that many weaknesses. I'm just kidding. And I also, when I was in people, with everybody else, I started to truly feel their emotion. I'm not just sitting with them. I feel what they feel, and I started understanding that sometimes they keep distance from me, not because they want to isolate me, just because they might feel anxious and nervous, like me. Well, I sometimes try to keep distance from you, not because I don't like you, it's only because I don't want to hang myself with you. And well, just kidding. And so that's the last skill that I want to share, is that there's nothing more important than the desire to be a participator in something rather than a speculator, an outsider, something like that. So if you have a desire to really participate in it, so when you go to a new place, and you must see a lot of things that were very different from what you like, what you know, and what you expect. Most importantly, very different from what you're familiar with. So just solely, you got 2 choices. First, you respect them. Second, you really giving yourself a chance to participate and really experience that. Or even you tried, you might fail. Like, I still don't understand. I really try to get myself involved in the mass now. I still don't understand what the Pope is saying, because I couldn't catch up with other things when people was talking too fast or too far away from me without letting me see the subtitle. And it actually took me like the full sophomore year to know that what people are saying when they're shaking their hands in mass, they say peace, not please, or not please hold your hands. It actually took me a while to understand that. So even you tried, you may failing 100% participating in something, but it's okay, because as long as you try, you always get so special and wonderful memory that were so special to you, and nothing else could replace that. And so if you ever go to a place and you see all those things that you're not familiar with, just enjoy them, because it's just like you let life to color you with the colors that you're not familiar with. But that's how you get your colorful life. So your guys are all amazing and intelligent kids. So don't ever let familiarity to block, to underestimate, and to limit your life. And so for this very special occasion that I might not have again, so I want to thank you for Mr. Umber and Mr. Collison, and all of you for letting me share some of my stories with you. And I want to say thank you to all of the teachers who can never lost their patience to explain to me what's going on in the class. And I also want to thank you some of my very special friends that I made since I got here. Lauren, Timothy, Elena, and Kelsey, two of them. And Joe Galligan, and Adam, and Luke, and RJ, and Aaron, and Sean. all those people that I met here, and all the kindness that you show me. Maybe not a big deal for you, but always means so much to me. And to my family in China who didn't get a chance to visit this year, well, I will see them in the video. So I want, especially to my grandfather who's in heaven now, and to my mom, to my mommy and my daddy, and just hope that you'd be proud of me tonight and know how much I love you. And to my special friend Sherry, and do my makeup all the time. Thank you so much. I love you. And for everybody, if you ever have a day that you get so upset, just know that I always wish you a great day, no matter where I am on this planet. Thank you very much.